Alright guys, I decided to give you a little tour of the equipment that I use for today's DE radio show, and the equipment changes each time I do a mix, but not really because I choose to change it. It's just that I move stuff around during the month, and it's just whatever I am set up with as I start the show. So let me show you around. So first up, the MacBook Air 13-inch. This is where it all happens. I've got Traktor with 4 decks set up. I have the S4 is connected to the computer, and I didn't use any sync functions today. I was just mixing off the platters. So I had deck A was my main track deck, which I used this for the controls. Deck C, I had the remix deck set up, which was being operated by the F1. I just have 2 clips loaded. They're like the radio jingles that I use. So those clips are loaded into the remix deck there. And the volume of which is controlled by the S4. So the main output of the S4 goes into the DJM 600 from Pioneer, and so one of the channels on the Pioneer is used for the main S4 output, and for the other deck I was actually using the CDJ 900. I've got a USB with some new tracks on it, so I just wanted to mix between this and the S4 and the left deck over here. So the Pioneer has an audio out which goes into this deck too. So this was my main mixer today. I was using this mixer, so the headphones were connected into here, so this is what I was using to monitor the cue, and I would be doing my mixes here. The reason I use this mixer is because the mic that I use is a condenser mic with an XLR out, so that goes into the DJM right here. I have the volume for the mic right here. So the master out of the DJM goes out to the 2 KRKs that I have here, and what needs to happen is when if I was to speak on the microphone, it would obviously come out of these speakers too, and there'd be this horrible mess of a feedback. So I need to drop the master volume right down before I speak. Then I will turn up the volume and speak. Now, the way I get this to work is the record out from the DJM goes into channels 3 and 4, which is deck D on the S4. Now, deck D, I can cue it up right here, and because on the Traktor software I've got deck D set to live input, I can monitor whatever's coming out of the record out of the DJM 600 into channel D, and all I needed to do when I spoke on the mic was pop my headphones out of here, pop them into this one, and then I can listen to what's going on with the music so that I can speak in time with the music, and can monitor the volume of my voice in relation to the volume of the music. So that's how that works. And then to broadcast to the DE radio server, I use Nicecast, and that's all set to broadcast to DE radio servers, and that's how it works. Now, Nicecast also records everything that goes through it. You can decide to turn that on or off. So the Nicecast is recording the set, so then I can upload it to SoundCloud, so I don't need to record it inside a Traktor, and that wouldn't work anyway because of the way it's just set up. So that is pretty much the setup. No sync button used today. It was all just between the CDJ and the left deck. I did jump onto this deck a couple of times, but the way it's set up, that's not a problem. This deck works. The volumes are over here, and I just used these 2 volumes when I moved into the S4, and when I was going between the CDJ and the S4, I would use the 2 volumes on here and leave this one up. So yeah, that's pretty much the setup for today's show.